what is the real qualities of a truly masculine man. You are on this level. Now you want to go on this level. And what are those tactical virtues and how you can attain them. So if you are struggling to understand what is the real virtues or real qualities of a truly masculine man, then this video is for you. But before that, you need to understand how a truly masculine man thinks, how a truly masculine man draws a parameter around the loved ones, around the people he truly cares for. For this, you can watch out this video, pop-ups on the I section. But in this video, I'm making you going to understand the tactical virtues of a truly masculine man and what are those tactical virtues and how you can attain them in a short period of time in order to truly become a masculine. Before that, you need to understand whenever you are crafting any group and whenever you are making any male friend group, try to make it small because they will be more loyal to you. And afterwards, let's understand the tactical virtues. Virtues comes from a word which is virtus. Virtus means manlyhood. And what does a manlyhood mean? It does not mean just like you are going in just brutal wars, you are just beating the shit out of the people. But there are a couple of factors stitched to that word manlyhood. A person who can lead others, a person who can thrive well in a pressurized situations, and a person who can provide, protect the people he or she truly care for. So after understanding the real meaning of a manlyhood, now you are going to understand that those tactical virtues are multiple parts, just like strength, courage, mastery, and honor. So these are the tactical virtues, but before that, I'm going to make you understand some important points. So these important points are just like there are a couple of empires which truly thrive from pressurized situations, just like the Roman Empire. So when Roman Empire build a good parameter, like they have conquered a country almost, and they understand that just manlyhood is not enough to lead the empire. So the purpose, or you can say the real meaning of manlyhood, start getting changed from engaging in brutal wars, leading others, start engaging in collecting resources for their people, have some duty and obedience in their daily life. They have some spiritual connection with the God on a daily basis. They are reciting prayers and a couple of, and definitely they have you can say a parameter of ministers who are going to decide what is good for the empire, what is not, and a couple of steps. So a lot of things start stitching to that manlyhood word. Afterwards, you need to understand, you need to surround yourself with the male people in the parameter who are eager to fight, to achieve something, to survive. They are able to fight with you on the battle. Because if they are reckless people who don't want to fight, who don't want to collect resources for their people, they are completely reckless in their life, because as a man they can't put anything on the table. And just like I stated earlier, a man can only be cared or get attention when he is providing something on the table. Either it is protection, resources, either he is able to lead other people, and a bunch of. So whenever you are drawing any parameter and whenever you are surrounding yourself with some males, try to identify what type of qualities I want in such type of males and surround yourself with them. Because if you are just collecting out the peoples in your gang, and if you don't identify whether the qualities I really require for this parameter they have or not, ultimately they are going to shatter your whole parameter within few days, or you can say within a few months. And you need to understand there are a couple of males outside who say I don't care what other males thinks about me. So that's a completely rubbish statement, because as a man you truly want approval from other men. If I talk about myself, so yeah, I don't care about rest of the world, but I do care about the male peoples I have in my parameter, I have in my life. Their opinions matters to me, because ultimately these are the people who take care of me, or you can say help me in my situations where I can't hold myself up. So their opinions matters a lot to me. So whenever a male is saying that he doesn't care what you or other people think about him, just leave him up. Just throw that person outside of your parameter and make them from us to them, because they are not a person who will stand back in the battleground with you. They are just going to throw some knives on your back whenever you encounter any dangerous or battle situation in your life. So it's really important to gather the people who understand that taking care of other males in the gang is really important. They are going to show you that by building power. They are going to show you by helping you out to collect some resources, or they are going to show you by defending the people you care, and let them understand you also care for them, because ultimately that's a back and forth. If you don't put something into the relation, then you will not get nothing from that relation. So it's really important to show them that they are important for you, they are important for your gang, and if they keep honing up their skills, they are going to get a good reputation in your gang. Time to make you understand the 4 important tactical virtues a truly masculine man attains, which are strength, courage, mastery, and honor. Apart from these, any words, any skill set, any other thing are truly fade off in the real situation when a dangerous situation arrives in your gang. So you need to understand that if a person, if a male in your gang is good at fighting, he is competent, he is loyal with other people, must be respected in front of everyone, rather than the people who are weak, who are are not able to fight, who are not able to defend or do any type of stuff in the gang which truly enhances the beauty of a gang, or you can say the skill set of a gang. So these are the weakened people and which can't be trusted in the dire time. And something start hitting on my mind when I'm just recording this video. So I just want to share one more thing. Like there are a couple of times whenever you are striving for much things in your life, just like you are on this level, now you want to go on this level. So there is a path to go on this level, and you need to sharpen a lot of things in your life: your skill set, your physical strength, your mental strength, a bunch of things. And in this process there will be some time you will get ill, you will not be able to walk, or you will get seriously ill. So these are the times you can enjoy the luxury of life, which means for a true man you can't just wait, you can't just sit on the couch and start just enjoying the life, because for a man there are a bunch of responsibility, there are a bunch of things you need to do on a daily basis. So if you think that I can enjoy that luxury, yes, you can enjoy the luxury when you are ill or in dire times. But apart from this, you need to just strive to become the best version of your life. Understand? Afterwards, whenever any person is fighting in your group, whenever there will be any chances to get more status, to get more access of the resources, or to get more access of the women. And let me tell you one more thing I forgot to tell you, that whenever you have multiple women in your group, there will be a lot of unnecessary things you need to take care of, because you can understand what I'm trying to say here. But coming back to the point, so whenever there is a chance to get more access to the resources, or you can say a better status in the gang, then definitely males will start fighting with each other. So you can enjoy that battle. This will especially haunt up their skills, but you need to stop them whenever a scenario comes. And there are a couple of things you need to enhance. Just like whenever you enter some males in your gang, there will be a time they will not start enhancing their skill set, and there will be a practice. They are not even working to haunt up their skills, which is not a good thing. So you need to understand, you need to throw them away. Yeah, there can be chances, you need to throw them away. And there are people who will be scared of this thing and they start honing up their skills. So you need to make them understand that constant improvement is required to become the part of this parameter, because men are not the males can say males are not just here to fight or cooperate. Males are here to fight and cooperate. I'm repeating this thing. Males are not here to just fight or cooperate. Men are here to fight and cooperate, because if a person is good with fighting or hunting, and if he is not with cooperating, then eventually when a drastic battle comes up, he will break the groups and ultimately you will fail. But if he is good with fighting and he starts cooperating with other people, this will enhance the skill set of your group, and definitely your group will be much more strong. And till here we are talking about enhancing your skill set and just becoming the best version of yourself. But you need to understand, when you are the alpha of the group, or whenever you are any person of the group inside the parameter, your gang needs to enhance their skill set, their fighting skills from other gang members, because there will be constant fight with other males, other gang of males, and you need to try them in order to protect your care. So it's really important to understand that not only you will enhance your skill set, but also your gang will enhance their skill set in order to become better. Now we are talking about the first tactical virtue, which is strength. So now talking about the strength is just like you are able to exert pressure on other people, you are physically better, you are mentally strong. Strength comes under two factors: physical strength as well as mental strength. Mental strength comes up whenever you are facing any dangerous situation, any pressurized situation, how well you can keep that up. And physically you can exert pressure on other people and can withstand in multiple situations. So you need to understand that point whenever you are modifying anything. Just like if you modify the concept of strength, it means nothing, because if you're modifying something, there are certain aspects which never needs to be changed. But if you modify the strength to the real scenario of the today's world, then it means just having become wealthy and have some political connection. So according to me, according to the true masculine man from other books and other people who are truly masculine in their personality, they always say physical strength and mental strength is must. So I do understand that strength is not the only factor which is important to become a truly masculine man or to battle out other people's, other powerful people's. But yes, if you have strength, you can become more better and you have some advantages over the battlefield. And if I talk about the woman, if the woman is not have strength, they don't consider as less womanly, they are just considered as less manly, which is okay, because the true essence of a woman is a submissive nature and the true essence of a man is a masculine nature. So, but for a man, if a man is not physically strong, he has not that much muscles on his body, then definitely there are multiple scenarios when he is not able to keep up with the situation. So having more muscles will increase your testosterone level and definitely will give you advantage in multiple scenarios. Just like I also can't share with you like how many scenarios happened in my life when I was traveling to new cities, I was in a dangerous situation, but my frame, just like I am 5'10" and I have a weight around 92 96 kg something, and due to my frame, the way I talk, the way I communicate with other people, give me an advantage in multiple scenarios where that people can beat the shit out of me. I'm just giving you a few example because I was not that ferocious, I was not that much strong, but my frame give me that advantage over. So having muscles, having physical strength is really important. For example, ask any old man that if that you don't have strength, how you feel about it, and you will understand how sad that person after hearing that situation. Because if you don't have strength, people will come up to steal your resources by fighting with you, and if you don't have strength, you're definitely gonna lose. So it's crucial to develop mental and physical strength, because strength is the only part which will help you to move in dangerous situation or to become immovable in certain scenarios. Because there can be a scenario when multiple males are just pushing you away and you become immovable because you have a lot of strength. So that condition does not surprises you or does not make you conscious or feared. But there can be scenarios where you need to move, you need to beat the shit out of the peoples of the gang. And let's suppose you are just walking with your bike on a street, you are purchasing something, then you are going back to the home by walking, and suddenly 5 to 6 males start gathering you, and they start stealing the things and they start giving you bad comments. What you will do? You will just listen and walk away, or what do? You will just battle with them, or you just beat out the shit of them. So strength is really required in multiple scenarios. I'm just giving you some vague examples so you understand. It's crucial to build out this, and strength comes on two levels. First, your strength, whether you are physically and mentally well or not. Second is strength is the overall strength of the group. So if you increase the overall strength of the group, you will definitely have an advantage over other groups. So how the hierarchy works? First, you enhance your strength, then your group, then multiple groups, then as a nation you will grow, and you can exert any pressure. Truly, if you truly want to understand the meaning and the essence of the strength, you can understand just like by having strength, you can assert your own will on any other person who is less strengthful than you. So you can understand, if I just want to push my will on any other person and that person does not have strength that much like me, then he or she must be accepting my will and must be working accordingly. But if they are more stronger than me, then there can be chances they are immovable. So it's truly important to enhance the strength on your level, group level, nation level. Afterwards, you can conquer whatever the thing you want in your life. And there are a couple of scenarios where people say strength is not the only couple factor. There are a couple of people having more strength but they are doing nothing. That's true. There are a couple of people who have enormous amount of strength but they are doing nothing. So what I resemble them is just like having a supercar or powerful engine in my garage, just leaving them to just have a dust on them. If the person having strength is not getting used, that person become bored and eventually loses his strength and the mentalist, which is not a good scenario. Now coming to the next point, second tactical virtue. What was the second tactical virtue? Is courage. So courage, you can simply understand, it's just like how you are going to thrive from a situation which is not good for you or not from your group. Because in most of the scenarios, what happens whenever you find out any dangerous situation, fearful situation, your body starts shaking up and you are not able to move. But if you have courage, you can move in that situation and battle out accordingly. Just like I'm giving you an example, you are with your friend and you are just going for a trekking in a jungle, and suddenly you lost all your friends. You are moving ahead, there's a night, there's a dark night, you barely see anything. You have a torch, you open it up, and suddenly a tiger came in front of you. If you don't have any courage, your body will shaken up, you will not be able to move. But if you have some courage, if you have some skills, there can be chances you will walk away, or you will find some things which can help you to battle with that time. There can be scenario that 90% you will lose, but for that 10%, because you have courage, maybe you can survive. Courage is an important factor of it. So it's crucial to understand there is a difference between a strength and a courage. Strength is just a tactical virtue which help you to move or become immovable in dangerous situation. But courage means doing some action, having some momentum in some dangerous situation with this strength. So there can be a multiple scenarios in your life when you require a lot of courage in order to pursue that path. Okay, just like Aristotle said, a brave man is a man who is fearless in the face of noble death or the situations which invoke death fears or some hardening for their loved ones or the care ones, which invokes eventually death. So if you are just you can say stoic in face of noble death, then you can build an enormous amount of courage in your life. There can be a multiple scenarios in your life when you need to understand that if I don't step in, then it is gonna disrupt my life and it's gonna disrupt the life of my loved ones and the care ones. It's crucial to understand, if you don't wield the courage and you are the person who is leading the family or the sole responsible person for the financial part, for the masculine part of the family who is leading the family, and if you don't show up the courage, then it will eventually result in the death or the disturbancy of your loved ones. So it's crucial to understand how you can wield this courage, and this courage will not definitely comes up in a dangerous situation like this. You will be facing minute fears, you will be facing minute challenges in your life, and you need to show up there by having some courage. I call this thing having a low courage. Just like you are showing some courage in the small situations which eventually build up and will make you more confident in your life. So if you ask me that, Pranshu, whether you are going to put that person in your gang who is a low courage person or who is a person who can show courage in the most dangerous situation, so I will put that low courage person, because the person who shows the most courage in the dangerous situation, there can be a scenario that person get dampened, they can shaken up, or they can fearful in the dangerous situation which is coming in of the way. But the person who is showing low courage in all the situation in his or her life, then there will be a scenario that that person will definitely show some courage. That person will not shaken up, that person will not become fearful, that person gonna lead others. So these are the people who are most likely to lead others. They take the will, they have the will, they are back in the mind, they are fearful, they are asking themselves how I'm going to lead, what I'm going to do to make a successful trajectory here for my group, for my nation. But at the end they understand, I come up with multiple battles in my life, I showed courage over there. If I'm going to lead others, then I'm going to lead them in the most fruitful situation. Not the people who just want to lead or who are just getting pushed to lead the others. The person who is getting pushed to lead others is going to end the whole group in that battlefield. So if I share one of my scenarios, I know this is somehow relatable to the topic, but you can understand with my example. So it was a year of 2021. I was doing some business. So what happened? There was a person who was living in a village, and that village is not good. In the newspaper, in the daily activity, there was multiple news of that village that these people usually harm other outsiders. These people usually kill other people, and a bunch of criminal activities is going on in that village. And what I was doing, like I had a prospect in that village. I need to show up there. I need to share things about my products, which is going to enhance the delivery of my product for that particular venture. And I was too fearful that I don't want to go there. I don't want to discuss with that person because I already listened up a lot of things about that village. The people were living there, how skillful they are, how you can say uneducated they are, and how they hate the outsiders. So I was so fearful. But in 2021, I was a sole responsible person for my family, and anyhow I needed to crack those sales on a daily basis. If I don't crack up the sales, I will get shattered economically. I will not be able to lead my family, and that reason of losing my loved ones pushed me ahead to let me show the courage in that situation. I went there, I showed the product, I helped them to understand how my product can help them in their life. And what happened? I didn't get the sale. I know you were thinking that Pranshu, you show up there, you showed the courage and you got the sale, but I didn't got the sale. That's a harsh truth. Showed up the courage. I went there, I battled with my fear, and at the end what happened? After some days I got a call from that person and I got a reference, and through that reference I went there, I showed up the product again, I cracked it. Eventually I cracked up the sale. But the part I want to share with you, if you truly love your people, you will go a lot ahead in your life because of that. Okay, so try to become a low courage person in your life. Show courage in every scenario. God is there, He is leading you the life you really want. But it's truly important to show low courage. You show confidence and faith in yourself. Eventually it will build up and you become the most courageous person in your whole group. So you can understand the meaning of courage just like in this way. If I push that person will push me back, or I will be able to push that person and exert my will over that person. I know you can understand that's a strength, but it is a combination of strength and courage. So it's really important to wield courage in the fearful situation. Let me give you a brief example. You always see in the boxing movies or in a movie where we see MMA fights or battleground, they will make you show that there was a person who got shattered, who got bruised to the ground. He was completely broken, and that person was alone. Nobody was there to support that person, and suddenly that person left out, go into the place where nobody lives. He starts training for that particular sport. He start enhancing his mindset. He start working on himself. At the end of the movie, he truly bruised his the last fight and got become the champion. So it's really important to understand as a man, whenever you see any downfall in your life, I usually say this is a monk mode and the dark stage combination. Monk mode and the dark stage combination. Reason being is nobody is going to support you. You are already at the bottom of your life, and the only place go from the bottom is to the top. But for that you need to enhance your mindset, you need to enhance your skill set, and you need to work a lot on yourself. If you consistently work on yourself in that dark place, in a monk mode, you are going to thrive. And that's how you become a low courage person, because you are showing courage in that scenario when nobody is going to support you, nobody is going to believe in you, but you are showing up courage because ultimately you own yourself. And as a true masculine man, you need to thrive in any situation. Let me give you a brief example. In the today's world, we talk more about alpha, beta, gamma. That is nothing. But if I just formulate this with the primitive language, you can understand alpha is a masculine male who can understand, who can perceive other men as their kid brother, because alpha is a person who is going to lead others, who is going to exert his will over others, and he understands these are the most important things we need to work on, otherwise our gang will be shattered to the world. Okay, so courage can be understood in multiple ways, and according to me, being an alpha of the group is just being able to take responsibility of every person in the group, is able to lead others, provide the resources, protect them, and a bunch of stuff is on the shoulders of that alpha male. afterwards it can be easily understood by your body language, the way you talk, the way you walk, and the way you interact with other people, whether you are alpha or not. Because alpha person is the person who is going to exert his will, is the person who is going to push other males as much as needed in order to exert his thought process, his will over others, because he understands if that thing is not getting done, and if I'm not pushing these persons, we are not going to thrive as a group, we are not going to thrive as a masculine male. So everything can be reflected in your body language, the way you talk, the way you see, and the way you proceed. And one more important saying is, courage is not the only thing to fight with others, it is the thing which will make other males perceive you as the alpha male, and they must understand if it is necessary you will push them back and push them to the ground, and they must perceive you as a leader, that you can beat the shit out of everyone here if it is necessary. Okay, courage is the animal spirit of a human, just like if I say. And I have a beautiful poem to let you understand. The right curiosity like a snake, twisting and slaying, growling like a bear, fury epitomized and roar like a lion, sharp and strategic like a tiger, and focused like a hell, like a eagle. So if you have these traits in your life, if you have strength, courage, and if you can understand the core part of this point, then you become the truly masculine person. So we covered two virtues, strength and courage. Now I'm going to cover the third one, which is mastery, and fourth, honor, in the upcoming video. But before that, you need to understand how you can become the most masculine man in your group, how you draw a parameter, and how you can align your thought process like a truly masculine man. For this, watch out this video right now.